Welcome to the next project. This is episode 6 of my unofficial build along to the Great Guitar Build Off Challenge of 2020. I'm going to move through this intro pretty quickly because I need as many minutes as I can to work on my guitar. I'm really behind schedule. I'm now pondering the fact that I won't actually get it done by the end of the competition, which is okay. I want to just keep building and having a good time, and I am having a good time. In this episode, I'm getting started on a number of things. Getting the fingerboard finished, the neck finished sanded, finally. Getting the fingerboard coating on. Preparing to do a finish on the back of the neck, which isn't going to make this video, but it'll be in the next one. Getting a bevel cut on the back of the heel. Getting a neck plate made. Getting the neck mounted. And I think that's about what I'm going to cover in this episode. Anyway, let's get after it. Let's start the next project. Time to start finishing the neck, and I'm going to use two different finish techniques, or materials actually. On the fingerboard itself, I will be using CA or super glue. That's a street name, super glue. And on the rest of the neck, the blonde maple area of the neck, I'll be using True Oil, the gun stock finish, which is really good. The reason I like CA on maple fingerboards is it's crazy hard, crazy durable. It will take a shine if you want it to shine. If you want it more matte finish, you can scuff it a little bit and it will stay matte looking. It's impervious to just about everything. It will darken the wood color just a little bit, so this roasted maple will go from a roasted maple caramel color to a roasted maple caramel color, I think. So it's going to look pretty good. The rest of the neck, finished in True Oil, it will darken ever so slightly, but since this is such a blonde piece of wood anyway, if it darkens a smidge, perfect. If it doesn't matter because this is kind of a prototype build anyhow. It's just going to be good. Let's start the project. Let's start this part of the next project. Let's start the neck project. Let's just get started. I don't know what the magic process really is, but the way I go about doing it is I put on about 4 to 5 coats of the CA, let it dry for about 10 minutes after the final coat. It's only about a minute or two between coats. but give it about, maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes after the 4th or 5th coat to dry as much as it's going to dry. Then I hit it with some 500 grit sandpaper lightly, just to take off any dust or gnats or, whatever might fall into it, just to give it a little leveling, and that's by hand, not using a radius beam. And then I do the process again. The first 2 times I've done this, I've done a total of 20 coats. Put on 4 or 5, wait a few minutes, sand it back, put on 4 or 5, wait a few minutes, sand it back, for a total of 20. Each process is a group of 4 to 5 coats. So you have to do it 4 to 5 times this process. You could probably do it less. Actually, I could probably buff this back and call it a day. The wood is already hardened, so I'm probably pretty safe. The other necks I did were natural finish, so they were a little bit softer, even though they're hard maple. They're still a little bit softer. But this is just a general idea. I definitely recommend it. I think it's a great process. Try it out. Get a scrap neck, strip the finish off it, give it a try, and be sure to wear gloves. Plenty of ventilation too. This stuff will burn your eyes, burn your nose, make you dizzy. It's bad stuff, but it turns out really nice. It's time to make the neck mountable to the body. I need to determine where the mounting screws will go. I'm going to make a neck plate. I did find a little chunk of steel scrap left over that will be just big enough. So I'm going to make a little paper template and figure out exactly the shape of the plate. I've learned from experience, don't just jump into it and start drilling holes. It doesn't always work. In fact, it doesn't ever work for me. Even when I measure, sometimes things don't work. So I start out with paper templates when I can, and go from there. else? My stomach is growling. I just watched a video by Bonehead Guitars where he is wrapping up his ice cream sandwich guitar. That always makes me hungry when I watch his videos. He did a great job. You know, click the like, subscribe to everybody's channel. Watch these videos, watch all the official builders and the unofficial builders. A lot of people doing creative things, and you can pick up ideas from just about everybody. Some things you go, I gotta do that. Other things you go, oh, I've done that. But you know, a lot of good things to learn from the successes and the failures. Actually, you might learn more from failures, and we all have failures, that's for sure. Anyway, I got to get going. I got to get back on the bench. I'm way behind schedule, and we need to get this project wrapped up.